Good morning, my angels. I hope you all are having such an amazing week. Let's just all take 3 grounding deep breaths together just to really tune into our bodies and just get grounded. Feel good in your body. Okay, I hope that helps you. Hi, my loves. My name is Chloe. If you are new to my channel, I know I have a couple new subscribers, so welcome, and I'm so happy that you're here. I want to start off this video really quick. So this video is sponsored by Mudwater, and Mudwater, if you don't know, it's mushroom coffee. It actually tastes like chai, and I mix it in with my coffee. I use Purity coffee, and then I also do raw milk, and I mix this all together, and so it tastes like coffee, but I have the benefits of mushrooms. So it has lion's mane, reishi, chaga, it has turmeric, it has cordyceps, it has a ton of incredible mushrooms that help your brain. And if you don't know, consuming these mushrooms every single day will make you level up like no other. It's gonna make you feel so sharp, so clear, so calm. It's gonna give you this steady, just peaceful energy that you need throughout your day with no crash. So that's what I've noticed the most about this is I normally around 3 or 4, I will get this really anxious, overwhelming feeling of oh my gosh, I need to lay down, I feel so overwhelmed and just life is too much. But when I'm drinking this, I don't have that. I have steady energy throughout the entire day. And I don't know if you guys watched yesterday's video, but I was really sick yesterday. I was really overwhelmed, and I just was completely spent, and I had to just rest all day. And I noticed today my energy is a lot better because I gave myself that space. I'm still feeling a little spent, but definitely drinking this makes me feel like I'm gonna be safe throughout the day, and it doesn't give me that overwhelming feeling when I have way too much caffeine and I'm jittery as heck and just feel almost dissociated from myself. So if you're highly sensitive and you're just looking for something that's gonna be easy on you, definitely check this out. You will get 15% off if you use the code Chloe Griffith all together, and I'm also gonna link it down below. So if you guys just click that link, it'll take you directly to the website where you can order it. So yeah, check it out and let me know how it's making you feel. But today I want to talk about, let's get clear on why you're here. I heard this so loudly yesterday the second I woke up from my nap, and it's why are you here? What is your purpose? Because this is something that's so important. If you don't have a purpose, life can feel so heavy, and I've been there. I have been going through it, and we have to get clear on what it is that gets us out of bed every morning. So for me, I am so insanely passionate about Pilates, about health and wellness, just about feeling like my best self. And that is what gets me out of bed every morning. And this doesn't have to, you don't have to put yourself into a box. You don't have to make sense. You don't have to be this one specific thing that makes sense to everyone in order to find your purpose, quote unquote. But I think that we all just need to get so clear on what energizes us versus what drains us. And it's so important to start living a life that's in alignment with that. And if you don't know where to start, I would definitely recommend making out a list of your values. Like, this is something that helped me a ton. And start living your life in alignment with your values. So, like, for me, my number one value is freedom. Like, I love the feeling of freedom. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like feeling controlled. I don't like feeling confined. Like, I don't like feeling tamed. I like to feel free. And I like to live my life in a way that makes me feel free and that makes me feel like I'm expressing myself in a free way. And so the things that I gravitate towards are like walking outside and like nourishing myself and just like living authentic to myself. And also creating artwork makes me feel really free. Like, there's so many things that go with that I pour into, and it all comes back to my values. So I would definitely make a list of your values. And also, like, I heard this on a podcast last year and I just will never forget it. I think it was on, which podcast was this on? It was like with a doctor. I'm blanking on the name of the podcast right now because it's so early. It will come to me later, but she was just talking about how, like, if you're not sleeping well and you feel like really anxious and overwhelmed, it probably has nothing to do with like obviously you can take supplements to really help your health and like get on the right track. But it's probably because you're not living in alignment with your core values. So you need to get to know yourself on a deep level and realize, like, why am I here? What do I love? What am I pouring my time and energy into? And start reevaluating those things. And the next thing I want to talk about too is, like, I just was on the phone with my dad, and my dad is really helpful with like life coaching. Like, he really gives it to me straight. And I was just telling him how I've been feeling so overwhelmed because I have so much going on in my life, like so many different moving pieces, and I tend to get really drained and really overwhelmed. And he was like, he does a lot of strategic coach. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but he is like very invested in this program called Strategic Coach. And he was telling me how he's going to send me a template about how I have a lot of separate things going on in my life and how to merge them all together so that they're working together and not competing against each other. So it's like, can you start looking at your life as a flow? And as much as like I love freedom and just being my authentic self and being like F you to the whole world and like loving myself, I have to treat myself almost as like I am my own parent, and I have to start structuring my life in a way that's gonna feel good and soothing to my nervous system, and so that I don't spin out of control. And if a lot of you are trying to like build your own business or be your own CEO, like do your own thing, and if you really value this freedom aspect too, it's so important to start creating really strong boundaries for yourself. So for me, I know I've told you guys, like, I wake up at 5 every single morning, minus the weekends. I kind of let myself snooze a little bit on the weekends, but I'm trying to be a little bit better about that. But like weekdays, I'm up at 5, no excuses, and that's a promise that I have to myself. So I wake up at 5, I do my warm lemon water with Celtic sea salt, I meditate, and then I listen to positive affirmations, I take a cold shower, and I get ready, and I get out of the house. And that sets my day up for success, and it's almost like I have this like morning pep rally. And it is so important to find a way to start your day that feels really good for you. Like, that is the number one key step that I would start with, is how are you starting your day? Like, are you starting your day by checking your phone? Because I know it's hard, but like if you're checking your phone the second you open your eyes, you're basically, like Jay Shetty said this, he's like, you're basically inviting the whole entire world like into your bed with you. Like the second you open your eyes, like it's so overwhelming on your nervous system. And I'm honestly not a huge fan of like Instagram and just like TikTok, and I mean I'm trying to post more, but I don't like consuming a lot of stuff because it's like our natural state, like we're not meant to be consuming that many things like that. Those many people are not supposed to be, like that wouldn't happen in real life. You wouldn't have 1,000 people in your living room. So why are you starting your day consuming all of this information? So I would start with putting your phone maybe in a different room and wake up to an alarm. Like put your alarm clock across the room so that you have to get up and get out of bed in order to turn it off. And just start small. Like start with like, okay, I'm gonna wake up 15 minutes earlier tomorrow, and just have your meditation ready to go, or have your journal or whatever. You don't even have to listen to like a specific meditation. You could do deep breathing like we started in the beginning, and just start your day off on a good note. Like start your day off by connecting with yourself, and that is going to make you feel so much better for the day ahead. And then the next thing I really wanted to share with you guys that I am definitely going to do today is you need to structure your day. So like for me, I have been so bad about boundaries, and it's like I'll do schoolwork like all weekend, or I'll do it like when I'm in bed, or like I'll nap in the middle of the day when like I need to be actually working. And like, you know, you need to give yourself a structured timeline and like give yourself specific hours. So I love the rule of like working for 60 minutes and then giving yourself a 10-minute break. And so for me, like I work at the Pilates studio, and then I'll come home around like lunchtime, and I know that when I come home I need to set up my work at my desk, and I need to create space for myself to get things done, because like the truth of it is they're not just gonna do themselves. Like you have to put the time and effort and energy in towards the things that you want. Like it's not just gonna fall into your lap. And you need to start creating like systems and hours for yourself. So that's what I'm really focused on today, is like giving myself space to get organized, like creating the space to get organized, and giving myself specific hours. So from like 1 to 5, I'm going to be sitting at my desk and getting things done, creating a plan. Like you have to have a plan. And this is going to make you feel so much more safe, so much more supported and structured. And it's also like you have to really start talking to people about the things that you want to do. Like don't just like live in your head, because that's what I've been doing for the past couple months, and I literally get so overwhelmed and feel crazy and just like shut down. So it's like, who can you talk to as a soundboard and to really get these ideas out to be able to launch them into the world? And all of these things together are going to make you feel so at home, and they're going to make you feel like you're finally structuring your life, and you're going to realize why you're really here. And then the last thing I really want to leave you guys with is there's actually a tapping video which I know I have mentioned before. Brad Yates tapping, he's amazing, and his message is like, get clear on why you're here. And you can tap it out and feel the resistance that's coming up, because the truth of it is, like, if you want something and you're not receiving it, it's because you're resisting it. That's the only reason, because your natural state is abundance, is peace, is joy. And so whatever you're not receiving that you desperately want in your life right now, it's because you're resisting it. And so you need to move through this resistance. And if you feel so lost and so like, I don't know why I'm here, I don't know what my purpose is, just focus on becoming the highest version of yourself. Focus on loving yourself. Focus on being the best you that you can possibly be, and everything else is going to fall into place so perfectly for you. So I hope that this video helps you guys, and I hope it can give you some clarity and some peace on the days ahead. And if you're struggling to get out of bed in the morning and just feeling really heavy, like, trust me, you are not alone. But let's get clear on why you're here and what your purpose is. And I would love to help you guys through this journey and just share with you what is helping me every single day. And yeah, so I love you guys. I'm always here for you, and I hope that this helps, and I hope you have such an amazing week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.